Hello students, again welcome back on our online teaching of GS College of Commerce Wardha, and today I will deliver the lecture on CLSP for BCCA 6A. In yesterday only, in the last lecture, we have gone through with the details about the meaning of promoter, regarding what is promotion, and at the same time role of promoter. So in brief, who is a promoter? Promoter is an individual who is coming up with the idea of starting a new business, starting a business activity, maybe a small scale business or a large scale business, and fulfilling or completing the process of incorporating a business. It means right from the idea up to the formation of the company, all the process has to be completed by promoter or promoters. And in every company, it is said that promoters have a specific role to perform. And in last lecture I have told you that the role of a promoter, he is the main person, and they are also called as a first directors. And being the first directors, being the promoters, they have to perform n number of duties, n number of liabilities they are having. At the same time, the role of promoter is equally important. Rather, it starts, the company's formation, the company's incorporation starts with the promoters only. So we have gone through with the role of promoters, and today we will see the functions of promoter. What exactly the role of promoter and the duties and the work which is performed by the promoter or a promoters. Because promoter may be an individual, may be a partnership firm, may be an association, or a OPC. It means single person or one person company. So in private company, for the formation of private company, there must be at least 2 promoters, and in case of public company, there must be at least 7 promoters. And in OPC, definitely there will be a single person, one person will be acting as a promoter. So in functions of promoter, we will see conceiving the idea of company. Once the idea has arrived in the mind of the promoter that they will start a new business, then it is up to the promoters to conceive, means to go ahead with the idea. Okay, only idea is not sufficient, rather it is not the end, but it starts with the idea, and to complete that idea, converting that idea into the incorporation and formation of the business is the main role of a promoter. What they need to do? The promoters, in the process of formation of the company, they have to take various decisions. They need to consider each and everything. For example, finance, how much capital is required, where will be the registered office of the company, whether the scale of the business is small or large, and considering that scale, they will be deciding whether there will be only registered office or there will be some branch offices at different locations in the particular state or other than state. So means everything must be decided in advance before starting and before giving the shape to the incorporation of the company. Okay. Then second is investigations and verifications of the idea. Because the promoters, a group of persons or an individual who is coming up with the idea of starting a business, they are not experienced. They do not know how the business is working, or rather what is the process of business. Only the idea is with them, but how to come up to the actual business, means how to start the real business, so that there are various technical, non-technical, commercial, and all the departments which must be handled by the promoter, so that they need to think in advance about the investigations and verifications. So it refers exactly to they may take the advice of engineers, they may take the advice of chartered accountants or the persons who are expert in certain fields. So investigations and verifications. So before starting the business, before converting that idea of starting the business up to the incorporation, they are investigating and verifying. So they are matching, they are going to the other business persons, other entrepreneurs, they are making inquiries how you are running the business, what are the hurdles you are facing in the process of the business, how you are overcoming from those difficulties. So every investigation and verification of the ideas is made by the promoters. Rather, they should follow such steps so that there must be a minimum problems, minimum difficulties in the business activity or in actual running of the business. Then assembling the requirements. What are the requirements? They may require a land, they may require the different requirements as per the type of the business they are running with. For example, if they have decided to run a manufacturing unit, then how much acres of land is required, then how much capital. The main thing, as I have told you yesterday, is the finance, how to deal with the money, how to collect the capital from the different sources. That is the biggest decision which has to be taken by the promoters. So assembling the requirements, there are various requirements. To start the business is not a joke, so in advance they have to think twice, thrice, or they have to think 100 times before starting the business. They must think in advance. If I am going with this type of business, then what difficulties we may face. Rather, the other persons, they should take their help. Here it is said investigations and verifications of the ideas. So assembling the requirements, then making preliminary contracts. So it is a right. As per the Companies Act 2013, the right is given to the promoters that they can sign a preliminary contracts. Now, what is this preliminary contracts? It is at a very earlier stage. It is a very primary stage. For example, they can sign an agreement, okay, with the promoters within the group or they can make a contract with the third parties also for the purpose of printing of memorandum of association or for hiring of office premises. Okay, if you want a premise, land is compulsory because there only you can run your office, you can run your business. So for that reason they can come with a preliminary contracts with the third parties also. So next is financial planning. As we have said that finance is an essence of the business, so they have to make planning. How much money to be spent on particular department, how much money to be spent on buying assets, on buying the different furnitures for the company, right from the top up to the bottom. The financial decisions, financial planning is very much important from every business point of view. So what will be the capital structure? Okay, then from where they are raising their capital, how they will repay the money, how they will repay the loan, whether the amount of interest which they need to pay on loan, how they will repay that amount. If they have taken the loan from the money lenders also, then what will be the rate of interest. Everything which is related to the capital, related to the finance, that they have to plan in advance. That is called financial planning. They have to take decisions about how to spend the money, on which expenses they should pay more, etc., etc. So financial planning, capital structure, how to raise the capital, after raising the capital, how to distribute, how to relocate it, and how to spend the available money on different employees or likewise the salary of the staff. So that planning has been made by the promoters. Then fulfilling the legal formalities. There are various legal formalities which has to be fulfilled by the promoters. Now, what kind of legal formalities it may be? As just now we have discussed, where should be the registered office, whether there will be a branch office or not. That is one of the important decision they need to take, because for that they have to make a preliminary contracts. So for that reason, the legal formality, then it being coming with contract with the third party, that is a legal and lawful thing. So that is related to the legal formalities. That one thing we have discussed. Then the name of the company, what name they are going to give to their company. So they will take the suggestions of the different persons in the group. So to get the name approved and reserved by the registrar of the company. Now to reserve the name from the registrar of a company, that is a matter related to the formation and incorporation of the company, that we will see in that particular topic, but that comes under the legal formality. So ROC, which is called Register of Company, they need to go to that individual who is a government employee. With him they have to deal with, and they have to reserve the name. Who? Promoters. Okay, that we will cover in formation of the company. Then they have to decide the objectives. The objectives, aims and objectives, which is the part of Memorandum of Association. Yesterday we have discussed MOA. What is that? Memorandum of Association. So they have to decide the objectives and aims of the company. First we have seen the office, the registered office, the address of the registered office. Then second, the name which has to be reserved with ROC, register of the company. Then to decide the objectives about the aims and objectives of the company, which has to be included in the Memorandum of Association. Then they have to decide about the capital requirement of the company. Then they have to prepare Memorandum of Association, Article of Association, which then once they have prepared the articles of association, then that must be signed by all the subscribers, means the promoters, because promoters are the first directors of the company. So the list is big. So we have discussed in short, in brief, that fulfilling what are the legal formalities. Okay, Memorandum of Association, preparation of memorandum, articles, okay, then subscribing them, coming into the preliminary contracts, deciding the name of the company and reserving the name with the registrar of the company, the initial capital investment and the capital structure of the company, okay, then aims and objectives of the company. This all is related to the legal formalities which must be fulfilled or which must be completed by the promoter. So that comes under the functions of promoter. Getting company incorporated. Ultimately, unless the company is incorporated, if the promoters do not receive the certificate of incorporation, then their business may be called as an invalid or illegal business. So from yesterday, from my last lecture, I am repeating that since the idea, conceiving the idea, means the role of the promoter starts with the idea of starting of the business up to the receiving the certificate of incorporation from the ROC, that is the Register of Company, that all is essential, means that duties, that job, that work must be completed by the promoter. So getting company incorporated. Once they receive the certificate of incorporation, then they can actually start their business. Okay, so running the business, to start the business, for that they need a certificate of incorporation. Then ensuring verification of registered office. Now, as I have told you, ROC, that is Register of Company. The promoters need to go to them, they have to visit to them, they have to give their complete the idea of their company, what kind of name they are going to reserve, the name which the promoters are suggesting, and if with the similar name the other company is in existence, then they cannot open their company's name with that particular name. So all these things which is verified by the registered office. So each and every job related to the incorporation must be ensured by the promoters. Then appointing directors if all directors retire. It may be possible, whether means there is a group of 10 people and being a promoters, okay, being a first directors, they have entered into a contract, preliminary contract also, but due to some reason 5 partners want to leave, or may say 8 or 9 partners want to leave, the promoters want to leave, and in that case the one promoter who is the rest, means who is remaining, then he has to decide about the decision about appointing the other promoters or other directors also. So this is what exactly is the functions, and functions means you can also call it as a role. What kind of job, what are the duties which has to be fulfilled, which must be done, completed by the promoters. So in last lecture we have gone through with the role. So in role and these functions you will find somehow similar points are covered in that. So conceiving the idea of the company, that is the first function. Investigation and verification of the ideas. Okay, what we have seen in that, the promoters may take the help of CAs, chartered accountants, company secretaries for the legal matters. They must go to the engineers for the technical help. So investigations and verifications of the ideas, then assembling the requirements, okay, making preliminary contracts, financial planning, fulfilling legal formalities. There are various points which are covered in that, maybe 10 to 11 points, legal formalities that we have seen. Deciding the registered office, then reserving the name with registered of the company, then we have seen the capital structure of the company, then memorandum of association, article of association. So all this is covered under the legal formalities. Then getting the company incorporated. So in coming lectures we will see the process of incorporation. The process of incorporation. So the list is big. There are 9 to 10 steps which must be taken for the incorporation. So getting company incorporated, that is one of the function of the promoter. Ensuring verification of registered office, then appointing directors if all the directors retire. So this is not a function only, means various decisions has to be taken by the promoters also. They have to see how they will run the company, how they will start the company, what will be the capital requirement, how they will prepare the memorandum. For that reason they will come with the preliminary contracts with the third parties. Everything must be done by the promoters. So I will stop here. Today we have completed functions of the promoter, and in the next lecture we will see the liabilities of the promoters. Thank you.